Italy 2, France 0. Maloni crushes Macron of France amid migrant crisis. She tells it how it is. Authored by Monica Schroeder via American Thinker. It's on Zero Hedge. If anyone wants to see just how far that Martha's Vineyard stunt initiated by Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has gone, take a look at what's going on in France and Italy. A diplomatic row between France and Italy erupted last week when Rome, Italy that is, forced Macron of France's hand to accept a humanitarian rescue ship, the Ocean Viking, with 234 migrants aboard after Italy had refused a deport for weeks. The president of Italy and France sought to tamp down tensions over migration Monday by asserting the need for full cooperation on a host of issues and the importance of strong bilateral relations after days of diplomatic barbs over the fate of migrants crossing the Mediterranean. In response to Italy's demand, France accepted migrants from the Ocean Viking rescue ship. President Emmanuel Macron retaliated by suspending its participation in the EU Solidarity Pact to accept 3,000 relocated migrants this year from Italy and sent officers to reinforce its southern border crossings and prevent migrants from entering from Italy into France. The nicey-nicey talk is just that, nicey-nice talk, and Italy's president is largely a ceremonial one. What happened was a full-fledged row. It began as a migrant issue. What's going on in Europe is that assorted European NGOs sail ships to pick up illegal migrants from distant places like Bangladesh, Pakistan, Eritrea, south of Africa, and sub-Saharan Africa, at sea ensconced on human smuggling racket ships departing from Libya, serving as a kind of a cartel taxi service, bringing the illegal migrants into Italian ports, which are the closest to the Libyan coast, as we know. Italy takes in tens of thousands of these illegal migrants, which is proving profitable indeed for the human smugglers, but costly to Italy, which must pay for their welfare and upkeep, as well as tolerate the crime, litter, sexism, and the Stone Age sanitation practices, sometimes even tent cities. The European Union has nominally vowed to share the migrant wealth by distributing the unvetted illegal migrants throughout the Eurozone, but many countries don't keep up their end of the bargain, leaving Italy holding the migrant bag. Italy puts its foot down and dispatches one of the NGO migrant taxi service ships full of illegal migrants to the French port of Toulon. Italy's newly elected conservative Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni kept her campaign promises to Italians by effectively taking a page from the gubernatorial decisions of Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis, who dispatched a plane full of illegals recruited from their landing pad in Texas over to the Tony Sanctuary Island, Martha's Vineyard in Massachusetts. Like Martha's Vineyard's wealthy hypocrites, according to the press accounts, France backed out of its EU deal to take in the migrants in order to make sure no more such migrant ships come to its ports from Italy. Italy was apparently supposed to just keep them, although as of now it's unclear as to why the Italian Navy can't force the ships back to the Libyan coast where they came from. The raging statement from Italy's Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni, "You've got to listen to it in Italian with the sound on," pretty well demonstrates that this was someone who full well knew the damage and hypocrisy of France, whose policies effectively enticed migrants to dump their homelands and come to Europe for the welfare. Meloni's edgy working class Roman accent, speaking in the sharpest of furious tones, pretty well conveys the Italian sentiment and is something to hear. And as we know, she's married, she's a mother of two. Mike Gonzalez tweets, "This is fantastic. Macron thought he could throw a cordon sanitaire around Meloni's Italy, and she is really taking it to him."
È la moneta coloniale che la Francia stampa per 14 nazioni africane, alle quali applica il signoraggio e in forza delle quali sfrutta le risorse di questa nazione.
She's talking about the fact that they're using child labor in Africa, printing the country's money, and then keeping most of the welfare, the value of all this. She's informed, she's furious, she's laying it out to everyone, basically out Martha Vineyarding even Ron DeSantis as she's forced that ship to France. For the smug Euro chickens out there, starting with Emmanuel Macron of France, she's gotten a word out now that Italy's not one to mess with these days. They've had it with being Europeans' punching bag on migrants. Expect the Europeans to adjust their expectations accordingly. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.